We once believed they were the weakest species in the universe's food chain. But that was before I witnessed with my own eyes a human technician using an extinction-level catastrophe to brew a morning cup of coffee. Galactic Archive record number 8892. Future Lab Experimental Sector B12. Observation subject, Homo sapiens species, code name 001. For 300 cycles, we recorded this entity with undisguised contempt. Arthur, a low-level circuit board maintenance technician. Look at him, he is so fragile, so small. His body lacks the protective chitin shell of the mighty Vidian warriors. He has no venom glands, no claws, and even his bone structure falls below the minimum threshold of the galactic strength scale. The Science Council classified him as a Category 7 weak being. In the harsh environment of Future Lab, where biological monsters capable of tearing through metal are imprisoned, Arthur's presence is like a lamb wandering into a tiger's den. We believed that just a small pressure fluctuation or a slight energy leak, his soft, weak structure would collapse instantly. Human DNA is so chaotic and full of coding errors. He spends hours just staring at ancient circuit boards, solitary among the giant experimental cylinders. We were mistaken in viewing that fragile appearance as the limit of existence. Red alert. Level 1 alert system-wide. Leakage incident at the biocore. The entity light parasite, a pure energy life form from a fourth-dimensional black hole, has escaped its electromagnetic cage. This is no ordinary escape. This is an extinction-level catastrophe unfolding before our very eyes. The light parasite does not attack with fangs. It is an invisible energy storm, directly infiltrating the nervous system of all organic beings. In just a few nanoseconds, it drains biological energy, turning brains into piles of ash and causing hearts to explode like overloaded electric spheres. At the central corridor, the Empire's elite security warriors have fallen. Those with skin as thick as volcanic rock only had time to let out a single groan before their bodies exploded into millions of lifeless sparks. Disgusting. A total collapse of the defense system. The AI system mother immediately sealed off floor B12, accepting the sacrifice of everyone trapped inside. The screams of alien scientists echoed through the obsidian steel corridors, then faded into a terrifying silence. Every creature at Future Lab knows, to touch it is to die. To see that purple light is the end. This madness is spreading at the speed of light. And now, that brutal purple electric storm is racing like a frenzied predator. It tears through the protective energy walls, heading straight for Technical Room 4. Where Subject 001, that fragile human, is standing alone, completely unarmed. We waited for a heart-wrenching scream through the surveillance system. We waited for the sight of that human's fragile body being torn into energy molecules. But what happened next strangled all galactic logic. Arthur took off his headphones and slowly looked up. As the brilliant purple electric storm filled the room, turning the air into a high-voltage furnace. He did not flee. He showed none of the fear responses that civilized species usually possess. He only frowned slightly, expressing a mild annoyance as if disturbed by a noise during his lunch break. The brutal purple electric storm struck his chest directly, enveloping that small body. We aliens held our breath, waiting for disintegration. But instead of exploding, Arthur reached out his soft hand. He stroked the center of that screaming purple energy entity. Those small human hands, which we thought would be crushed in an instant, were touching death with an insane tenderness. He looked at the entity with eyes shining with pure curiosity. Like a child looking at a firefly in the dark night. "You're being too noisy," he muttered. Those words echoed through our communicators like a cold splash of water against alien arrogance. He felt no pain. He felt no terror. And that was when his blood began to transform. Beneath the fragile skin we once despised, his blood vessels began to glow. Not the red of ordinary plasma, but a brilliant teal blue, the color of the most primal bioelectricity. Electronic colored blood began to flow brightly under the skin, merging with and beginning to eat alive the purple tint of the parasite. He is absorbing it. This absurd truth is happening right before our eyes. That human is using his nervous system as the universe's highest level energy filter. A fourth-dimensional entity capable of destroying an entire planet is now being tamed by a biological structure we once called weak. The light parasite vibrated violently, it tried to escape, it was trembling. For the first time in history, we saw an energy catastrophe terrified of an organic host. Arthur spoke calmly into the internal microphone, his voice chillingly steady. The energy is a bit high here, you guys should check the floor 12 voltage regulator. But it's okay, this tastes a lot like a strong cup of coffee in the morning. He smiled gently, a warm human smile that sent chills down the spines of every alien. He lightly brushed a remaining spark of electricity on his fingertip as if stroking a small kitten. The entity that had slaughtered dozens of our elite warriors was now just faint flickers of light curled around his wrist, completely submissive like a toy. Arthur returned to his desk. The electronic-colored blood beneath his skin began to fade, shifting back into a mystical and serene teal blue. He put his headphones back on, opened his old book, acting as if nothing had happened. Leaving behind a devastated laboratory and thousands of alien eyes completely shattered in their worldview. He didn't need weapons to win. Because the blood flowing in his veins was the most terrifying weapon in the galaxy. Supplementary Report No. 001. Immediately delete the classification Category 7 Weak Being. Replace it with the title, Ultra Apex Entity, Galactic Level Threat. We mistook human DNA for biological waste. But in reality, it is an infinite energy reservoir capable of breaking all laws of physics. They do not need to evolve an outer shell because their souls can tame even cosmic disasters. To the Council, never be fooled by their fragile appearance or their tenderness. Never let them know that the entire universe is trembling before the glowing blood in their veins. Future Lab. Ending report for Floor B12. Humans are not experimental subjects. They are God sleeping among us.